A TikTok video made it to my feed. No idea why. It's about witchcraft. Now, I do believe people can be witches. I do believe people have the ability and the mentality and the power to make things happen just for the simple fact that they want it to happen. But guess what? Not just witches. I believe anybody is capable of doing this. I'm not talking about, oh my gosh, so ice cream sundae appears. Not like that. More like, I mean, if you really put your mind to something and it needs to happen, it will happen. Guaranteed. If you expect debt or bad things, they're gonna happen. And the world and the universe will give that to you so you don't think you're crazy. And if you expect good things and good things happen, the world will give that to you. The universe will give that to you so you don't think you're crazy. And people that are very, I'm going to use the word ignorant, and they live life in bliss because they have no idea what it is to be concerned about things or why they should worry about certain things. They live life lavishly and happily because ignorance is bliss. This TikTok says if you how you know that witchcraft is being bestowed upon you is because you have car problems or car crashes. I mean, machines such as cars, they're stupid machines that are supposed to do whatever you tell them to do. So if you put the car in drive, it should drive in theory, right? But if you don't upkeep and maintain it, it's not going to drive. And sometimes, if it is a brand new vehicle, I have a brand new car too. It's had issues. The dealership will happily fix it because I got it and it's brand new. Or if you know how to maintain a car, you know how to keep fluids up, you put gas in it, make sure it has oil in it, keep up with the recommended schedule of maintenance. I mean, logically, that's true. I mean, by chance, people have accidents. People need to pay attention to what they're doing. So I'm dogging witchcraft right now. The other thing was the home has a smell. And in my mind, I'm like, well, clean your fucking house. I mean, houses have smell. Like people are indoors with closed doors, closed windows. Odors can happen. It could be something random. It could be pipes. It could be rust. It could be mold. Open the house up, clean it every once in a while. Homes will do that. I don't see how people can't upkeep a home to make it or to keep it from smelling. And I really don't see how someone can magically make a house stink. I really don't. I maybe I'm naive to this evil dark witchcraft or whatever, but I still maintain that people have the ability to contradict it. If someone wishes your house to stink, it's as easy as, oh, we'll clean it up. It'll be fine. The other thing this person said was trees die. Well, trees sometimes do die. And of all things, if you're having a bad time and there's a random tree dying, I mean, consider, have you watered it? I mean, is it old? Has something happened around the tree that's maybe triggering it? I mean, like for example, on our property in Utah, we had an earthquake happen. And you could see through our property, certain cracks happen, like the ground caved in to those cracks. Everything along that crack died, like plants, trees, some of my garden, things died around it. I don't know what the earth emitted that maybe impacted the plants negatively or the vegetation. Not sure, but the last thing on my mind was, oh, someone did witchcraft on me. And then the last thing that this individual said was, you have a bad smell to yourself. I don't know about you guys, but I'm my worst critic, so I think I stink. I will do whatever it takes to put on deodorant, bathe daily, keep from smelling bad, brush my teeth, chew some gum. I don't know, like put something in my hair that smells good, like put some cologne, some smell good. People don't have a bad smell. And if they do, it's probably because they contribute to it. For example, when I'm getting really drunk all the time, when I sweat, I do smell it in my pores. People that are smokers, they have a unique smell to them because they smoke. People that you know are using I don't know, drugs like meth or cocaine, they have a stench to them naturally. It's not on purpose. It's just because of what they're inputting into their bodies. So their bodies, by default, will emit that. People who have high sugar intake, for example, they have like that weird chalky smell when they sweat. And people that are too obese, you know, maybe they have a certain stench to them. They can't help it because they're just the size that they are. It just depends. So in my thought, like when I saw that, well, wash your ass, like clean yourself, do something. I don't know. This whole negative witchcraft things, when people are down and very negative, that's an easy cop out to say, oh, someone's doing witchcraft on me. And something I want people to understand is, if I think a bad thought about somebody, if I think I want that person to fail, I want that person to be 6 feet under, I want that person to have like the worst experience happen to them, that will come back on me. That negativity that I'm putting out just comes back stronger. And I know there's that rule about it comes back 3 times stronger. I don't know necessarily about that, but if I wish something bad on somebody, it's only what I'm bestowing upon myself, because that's where my mentality is. That's where this experience of mine, this bubble, if I give out a negative something on anything, it'll come back on me, and I'll experience it that way. And that's what the world and the universe will give me. So I don't think I'm crazy. So I invite everybody to, while witchcraft may be very real, there may be some people out there hoping something negative is happening to you. And maybe somebody might convince you, oh, you know why you're having such a bad time at work? You know why your car's breaking down? You know why you got in a car wreck? You know why all your appliances aren't working? Why, blah, blah, whatever you want to put on it. You can easily think, oh yeah, someone's doing witchcraft on me. But guess what? Think again. There's always a way around everything. And if you're swimming upstream, that's harder than just going with the flow. Maybe it's a sign that you're not headed towards where you're supposed to be going. And if that is something that conflicts with you and you keep pushing it, then you'll have those struggles, those hard times ahead of you, because you're going against the current instead of going with the flow. And you could easily say, yeah, it's because so and so casted a spell, and the best part about this video that I saw, by the way, the lady said get a karma candle. So she's probably trying to sell candles. I don't know what the hell a karma candle is, but speaking of witches and being able to do something just with thinking about it, if you want to light a candle and your heart and your mind says, this is a karma candle, so anybody that thinks bad about me, assuming there is, I don't think anybody thinks beyond themselves, but assuming there is someone like taking the time to not think about their selfish needs or themselves, and they just want to wish so terrible on you, you can take any candle, and if your heart and your mind and your soul believes that it is lit to have karmatic events happen everywhere, then that's what will happen. You don't have to buy a karma candle. Just a thought. Or buy the karma candle if that's what it takes for someone to feel better, because I also do believe someone can actually take some wax and the right herbs and the right minerals and the right jewels and the right energy and make a karma candle for someone to use. So I do believe that's possible too. But witchcraft, like the answer to car problems or a bad smell in the home, or trees and vegetation dying, or you smelling bad, attributing that to witchcraft, I'm 50-50. It's not necessarily true. I invite you to think otherwise.